Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson, celebrating 25 years of commitment to Guam, Micronesia, and the CNMI. Cars Plus Hyundai, home of the Kona electric vehicle, an electric heart with an SUV soul. Test drive yours today at Cars Plus. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it, and King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Starting now on Primetime, lawmakers complete budget deliberations. Now all they need to do is vote. Nestor Lecanto has that story. Plus, mayor's offices are preparing for Wednesday when all RISE applications will start being accepted. And in the show, public and private schools alike have transitioned to online learning.
Hafide, good evening everyone. Guahusi Isaiah Uggan, and thanks for tuning in. Late this afternoon, Reverend Tax announced that all RISE applications are now available, and village mayors are getting ready for a flood of residents at their offices Wednesday when the all RISE applications will start being accepted. Mayor's Council President Jesse Alec.
The whole idea behind that, I believe, is really just to give everyone a fair shot at submitting an application. Picking it up and then submitting it. What I think we're doing for most of us mayors is we're encouraging our residents to sign up for a tax account online if you haven't already, because that's really the simplest way to do it.
Alex says some mayor's offices will have computers on loan for villages to use. They will also be passing out hard copy applications. Guam's most populated village, Dededo, has two other locations, the Asimbo Senior Center and the Dededo Senior Center.
When it comes to utilizing the mayor's offices, the mayor's office computers and their actual offices, we have to remember that we're still in the pandemic and not everybody can load into the office. If you're going to line up at the office, the whole gathering capacity does not apply to the government.
He cautions that mayors and staff are not necessarily tax advisors, so they aren't really prepared to help with filling out the applications. But he's been assured by Reverend Tax that their forms are fairly simple and straightforward. Also, the Mayor's Council regular meeting scheduled for Wednesday was postponed. There's a flurry of key developments scheduled for this week, along with GovGuam budget submission and the start of the All Rise program. The minimum wage increase will also go into effect, as well as the governor's new social gathering restrictions. Chamber President Kathy Castro says they lobbied for a delay in the minimum wage hike.
Chris Duenas, Frank Bloss Jr., and Talita Nelson. So we just really wanted to thank them. And we just wanted to express our huge disappointment that none of the other senators kind of took the business community into consideration, considering the current business climate. And look, now we have further restrictions, right? And
speaking of the governor's new restriction orders, Castro says it's just been one thing after another, but the chamber, she says, is trying its best to be as supportive as possible.
Obviously, it's affecting everybody, right? And none of the businesses want to be penalized, right? So for the most part, as we've seen on social media, some businesses are closing, some businesses are just like some of the restaurants are just reverting to full on no dine in and only take out. They're doing what they can because they really don't want to lose business, right? And they want to be a support.
Castro also says they welcome the implementation of the All Rise Act, but it's just a temporary boost. The chamber has always been focused on long-term economic growth. It's all done except for the voting. Senators have completed their deliberations on the fiscal year 2022 budget bill. Nestor Lecanto has a recap.
Lawmakers worked late into the night on Saturday, finishing up a review of the more than 150-page budget bill and adopting appropriations for each agency. Near the end of the deliberations, they also entertained last-minute amendments on several high-profile issues. Senator Jim Moylan moved for another delay to the minimum wage increase, which goes into effect on Wednesday.
If the businesses could afford it, there's nothing to say that they can't give the additional wage today, the $9.25 or even $10 if they can afford it, if they really want to help their employee. But for those that cannot, then let's not force them. Let's at least give them a breathing chance of another three months as a compromise.
His bid failed. Speaker Therese Terlahi tried yet again to lock up extra money to pay for tax refunds. This time it was an amendment to raise projected revenues by $20 million. She said the latest consolidated revenue report is tracking a $23 million surplus by the end of this fiscal year.
Instead of allowing it to go where we don't know where it will be used. This is our last attempt for the legislature to control those funds and to put it into a place that does not harm anyone. It does not harm any agency. It only helps taxpayers to get their refunds faster.
She finally got it through. Senator Tello Taitigui offered the final proposed amendment. Senators have been trying for months to find out more about how the governor plans to spend her $600 million in American Rescue Plan money. So Taitigui pitched an amendment for the governor to submit legislation by November 1st, identifying any revenue adjustments using federal money to cover agency shortfalls.
Basically, Madam Speaker, what this does is gives us information on what spending the governor is doing. I mean, we already know that we can't tell her how to spend the money, but I think we can ask where she's spending the money and provide us this information.
Fell short. The bill is now undergoing a final review. Senators will reconvene to vote on Tuesday night at 8:30. That's just a few hours ahead of the midnight deadline to pass a budget. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Yes, it is.
The governor's latest executive order went into effect at 8 a.m. today, limits on social gatherings for the vaccinated only, and the suspension of in-person learning for both public and private schools. Here's more on how Guam's educators are working to make the switch to online learning. Private and public schools are still working to transition from face-to-face learning back to online after the governor recently announced about suspending in-person instruction. Governor Lulian Guerrero announced Friday that face-to-face school instruction for pre-kindergarten through the 12th grade would be suspended, which came into effect earlier today. The decision was made after consultation with Guam Department of Education Superintendent John Fernandez. We spoke with private school officials about their transitioning plan. With a late notice of the in-person school suspension, Harvest Christian Academy School Administrator Pastor Jeremy Zajic said that they are scheduled to begin online classes this Wednesday.
Well, a couple of things. So our teachers are getting better and better at delivering online learning. It's not optimal. We know that. We did standardized testing even in an online format. Kids their learning trajectories are being affected, so we got to keep that in mind. That being said, all of the experience we have from last year is being leveraged. So we have one day of in-service, which is today, to really coordinate some schedules and get some of those things rolled out to parents. And then Tuesday for us is materials pickup because we were notified after school really on Friday. And so kids need the books and the materials to get going. So we'll be launching Wednesday morning with our online classes.
To date, there have been only 3 students who contracted the virus at Harvest Christian Academy. Unlike Harvest Christian Academy, Father Duane's Memorial School and St. John's School had a smooth transition from face-to-face to online. Moving forward, private school heads are asking to be a part of the discussion regarding school closures. FDMS Principal Ismail Perez explains.
Tony, we are looking for that measurement to get back on campus, and hopefully they do, like Jeremy said, engage the professionals in the education field and look for solutions, because we might be able to come up with creative ways to do that, to get back on campus in a safe way, even if it's cohorts, half campus. You know, we might find ways to do academics on campus in a safe and controlled way that might meet requirements. Right. But we need to be given that chance to help with that solution.
There were 4 students at FDMS who tested positive for the virus. About 93% of school staff are fully vaccinated against the virus. Meanwhile, GDOE is still working with the transition in accordance with the executive order. During the community and parent input session Saturday, parents asked why the scheduled cohorts from last school year cannot be adopted this school year as well. GDOE Superintendent John Fernandez.
In the event that we need to make a change, cohorts would be, and we had been working with the schools to prepare them for that eventuality. The governor has informed me that because of what they're seeing on the healthcare side, because of the increases and again, I think the term, this is going to get better before it gets worse. She likened it to an infection that needed to be treated, and that we needed to address it urgently and at once to really stem that and stop that infection, and that suspending in-person learning, in her judgment, would be more effective than taking half measures, which is what we were requesting in terms of the cohorts.
Reporting for Guam's. According to GDOE Interim Public Information Officer Michelle Franquez, discussions on how they plan to accommodate special needs students is still ongoing. The Guam Department of Education has announced that school meal distributions will begin next Tuesday. GDOE's Grab and Go distribution is scheduled to begin on September 7th, which will run 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Monday through Friday. According to GDOE Interim Public Information Officer Michelle Franquez, the process is the same as last school year.
Which is the first come, first served basis. Each bag will have one breakfast meal, one lunch meal, and we're limiting it to 5 bags per vehicle.
The meals will be distributed at these 12 school sites: Estimbo Elementary School, Agania Heights Elementary School, BP Carbolito Elementary School, Weddingale Elementary School, Emi Lujan Elementary School, Inalahan Elementary School, Maria Ujoa Elementary School, FBLG Middle School, Jose Rios Middle School, John F. Kennedy High School, George Washington High School, and Southern High School. The Guam Department of Education is also encouraging parents looking to obtain a laptop or MiFi device to contact their child's respective schools. According to GDOE Interim Public Information Officer Michelle Franquez, some schools have already begun laptop distributions.
The schools are already reaching out to their student populations and family stakeholders to see who would be in need of the laptops or MiFis. With the MiFis, that's actually limited. Only because we maxed out all the applications and whatnot. So every parent is going to have to go to their respective schools to get guidance in regards to the MiFi and laptops.
Franquez adds that students currently enrolled into the GDOE Providing Access to Home or PATH program will have an extension past September. Although the program is maxed out, parents looking to obtain a MiFi device for their child are also encouraged to apply at their child's school. For more information, email info@gdoe.net. You've picked up the cards and now just waiting on the cash. Public Health has released the issuance schedule of when the payments will be loaded for the pandemic EBT program. The first round of funding will be issued on September 11th for GDOE and DODEA students. For DODEA, it's $334.75 and GDOE $422.41. The next payment will be loaded on the 18th. The PEBT program is similar to the SNAP. It addresses the meals lost while Guam Department of Education schools were shut down during the pandemic. Stick around for more news here on Primetime. You're watching KUAM.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
We value relationships because when we commit,
I love you guys until you're 80, until you're 90, until you're 100, forever.
We are in it for the long run, so you can enjoy the moments that matter. Because when we commit to relationships, we never stop caring. Calvo's Select Care, health care that is always there for you.
Do you feel like you're missing out on something? Make life more rewarding with Pacific Points. Earn and redeem points for bill rebates and free load at IT&E, discounts on fuel at Shell, vouchers at Foodies, and United Mileage Plus miles. You can even pay with Pacific Points at IT&E, Shell, and Foodies. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
This is a bag. But for Steve, this bag gives him food cred. Because now everyone knows that when they have that craving, or they're just looking for the perfect deal, well, they just need to follow Steve.
Follow him all the way to the new McTerry Deluxe at McDonald's. It's an all-beef patty smothered with teriyaki sauce topped with lettuce and tomato on a sesame seed bun. For a limited time, price and participation may vary.
Hi, my name is Justine Chu.
Jim Pamplona.
Alexis Sablon. I'm Minami Kramer, and I'm a GTA youth leader.
Because of GTA, I was able to go to Interlochen, a summer music camp over the summer, and I'm very, very grateful for that opportunity.
It helped me pay for my college tuition with a scholarship.
Benefits, including a free phone and a year free service.
If you're someone who wants to inspire others, help others, and become a better person, this is for you.
Become a GTA youth leader today.
their testing strategy. According to Deputy Resource Command Margarita Bautista-Gay, Public Health is now offering 2 types of COVID tests to keep up with demand.
If it's, patients who are needed to go to work and they are non-vaccinated, they have to get weekly, so they're entitled for the Binax, the rapid. And if they are not close contact with no symptoms, they're also for the rapid testing. But anyone with symptoms and close contact, that's when we have to give you a PCR. It's the choice of the client if they want to do the PCR or the rapid Binax test.
Gay adds that discussions are underway to open up another testing site, but nothing is final as of now. If you receive your COVID vaccination shot between 6 to 9 months ago, you may not be as protected as you think. This has former PAG chair Dr. Hoa Nguyen calling for everyone, vax and unvax alike, to go back the basics to help stop the spread of the virus. Nguyen said his clinic AMC has seen a spike in COVID positive, symptomatic sick patients who are fully vaxxed, and many of them received the vaccine months back, near the beginning of the island's vaccination effort.
The vaccination range anywhere from December timeframe to mid-March timeframe. That's what we see. So that means that our immune system again, the neutralized antibody are going down. That's a possibility, and that's what the literature show, that after about 6 to 9 months, the neutralized antibody are coming down, and that's where the third shot of the booster shot will come in play.
Public Health has said it will roll out the booster shot campaign in September for those who receive their second vax shot or 1 shot of the J&J vax more than 8 months ago. Meanwhile, Dr. Nguyen said Guam needs to go back to basics, wash your hands, wear your mask, and watch your distance. And although Dr. Nguyen says vaccine efficacy fades a half year after it's administered, he still believes getting vaxxed is an effective protection against COVID.
Immunization is the key, and I'm always going to push that. I believe in that because it decreases the hospitalization. But again, you still need to make sure people understand that a decrease in hospitalization, decrease in death, but you still can transmit, so you still have to go back to square one.
Nguyen is also still calling for a more even application of COVID restrictions for the vaccinated and unvaccinated, saying since both groups can spread and get the virus, both groups should be treated fairly. The Guam National Guard has scrapped plans to open a vaccination clinic at the former Forever 21 building located at the GPO parking lot in Tamuning. Guam National Guard Public Affairs Officer Mark Scott says currently there's not a need to support the opening of the clinic.
We saw a downtrend in the numbers last week, so it looks like we're going to be able to sustain the mall where we're at. But we're still going to continue to see, we're going to survey other locations to see just in case we need an additional location.
Scott says there could be a need to open another vaccination clinic when the booster shots are expected to be offered next month on September 20th. The U.S. Embassy in Kabul and President Biden issued new warnings about another terror threat in Afghanistan, while the Pentagon released new details on the drone strike against ISIS. Elise Preston reports.
The U.S. Embassy is warning of a credible threat near the Kabul airport. It is telling all U.S. citizens to leave the airport immediately. Earlier, President Biden warned that the threat of more terrorist attacks on the airport remains high. In a Saturday statement, he said an attack is highly likely in the next 24 to 36 hours, according to his military advisors.
Threats to our forces and to this operation remain real and significant.
The president said, quote, "We will continue to hunt down any person involved in that heinous attack and make them pay." The U.S. began retaliating with a deadly drone hit on ISIS-K in Afghanistan's Nangarhar province.
In this strike, they lost a planner, and they lost a facilitator, and they've got 1 wounded.
Defense officials have not said whether the 3 played a role in the airport suicide bombing that killed 13 U.S. service members and at least 170 Afghans. The fallen service members remains headed home Saturday as the Defense Department released their identities. They include 11 Marines, 1 Army, and 1 Navy service member. Cheryl Marola's son Dylan was a Marine Corps Lance Corporal.
One of the best kids ever. Kind, loving, giving to every single person. Just pray for everybody over there and get them all home.
After almost 2 decades, the U.S. plans to complete its Afghanistan withdrawal by President Biden's Tuesday deadline. Elise Preston, CBS News.
The Pentagon says since August 15, when the Taliban swept into power, more than 117,000 people have been evacuated, including about 5,400 Americans. One of the casualties in the attack in Afghanistan has a close connection to Guam, with more's KUAM's Daniel Perez.
Navy Corpsman Max Soviak was one of the 13 military service personnel lost their lives in the recent deadly attack in Afghanistan.
The first time I met him, I think, was at CrossFit. This was about maybe 3 years ago, I think, when I was on island. And he was just super interested and just wanted to get into training.
That meeting at Custom Fitness turned into a close friendship. Not only was Max Kyle Uggan's assistant coach for wrestling and jiu-jitsu classes for kids, but their bond extended outside of the fitness facility.
And that was just him. Man, he also watched my kids. If we needed a babysitter, he was down to come by and just watch the kids for us. He was really good with the kids. He's an amazing person. He actually even married me to my wife. So he officiated us. Super good guy, man.
Local business owner Malcor Manabusan was also a friend of Max. Not only did he train out of his Spike 22 gym, but also competed in one of Manabusan's Submit Jiu-Jitsu tournaments.
It's a really, really sad time for all of us. Where everyone's bummed, and a lot of us are still in shock. I'm still getting a lot of messages that, can't believe it's Max. But, that's Max, man. He was just down to help, He will put himself through the fire to save someone, and he did it, and he died doing it. So, really, really mad respect to Max. Love him forever, and man, I miss the dude.
Soviak was just 22 years old and originally from the state of Ohio. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Daniel Perez.
Although Guam is not a relocation site for the thousands of Afghan allies, Guam Guard members may be deploying stateside to help with Operation Allies Refuge. Guam National Guard Public Affairs Officer Mark Scott.
No Guam Guardsmen have been deployed to Afghanistan to help on that side. But the Air Force did a call out to ask for volunteers in the States. These bases where they'll be coming in and in processing. And we did have a few Air Guardsmen raise their hand to volunteer.
Scott says the Air Guardsmen who volunteer should be getting their orders soon. Afghan allies are being sent to 7 military bases in the mainland. Sports is up next, and so to come your Cold Stone Creamery birthday shoutouts.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your 4th meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
You can count on me. You can count on me for life. Cheers to a good life, creating those better days. Through each and every phase. Keep your roots in the ground. Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life. Yeah. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Half a day. As we look ahead to a brighter tomorrow, Matson's commitment to Guam and Micronesia remains stronger than ever. While the world around us is ever changing, what remains unchanged is our commitment to you, our customers, and the island communities we serve. Shipping is what we do best, and serving our community is at the heart of everything we do. But we don't do it alone. This is why we support organizations that make caring for the people and the environment a top priority. We know that many count on Matson's lifeline services in the Pacific, and that's why we continue to work hard to ensure that our shipments remain on time all the time. Matson recently added another Aloha-class vessel to our schedule. We now have 2 of Matson's largest and fastest ships serving Guam from the U.S. West Coast and Hawaii. With our new state-of-the-art vessels, we stand ready to support the region's economic recovery. Thank you for the privilege of serving you for the last 25 years, and you can count on Matson to be here for the next 25 years and beyond.
From the minds that brought you Taco Bell's Fry Force comes another mouth-watering adventure, packed with seasoned beef, drizzled with spicy ranch, and covered with your favorite toppings. It's the new loaded taco fries, now serving at a Taco Bell near you.
Summer is here, and at Cars Plus, we have the perfect Jeep for your summer adventures. Whether you're going off-road or just getting ready to hit the beach down south, make this the summer event you find your Jeep, like the 2021 Jeep Wrangler or the 2021 Jeep Gladiator, equipped with Guam's only lifetime powertrain warranty. Call us at 477-7807 or visit our website at carsplusguam.com to schedule a test drive today. Cars Plus, driven by you.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Our men's national basketball team fell short in Game 2 of their FIBA Asia Cup qualifier against Chinese Taipei. Guam lost 85-77, ending their hopes of advancing in the tournament. Mark Johnson led Team Guam in scoring with 18 points, 2 rebounds, shooting 4 of 9 from the outside. Ty Wesley put up 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Takumi Simon added 15 points. Simon shot 50% from long range, hitting 5 of 10 from behind the line. Darren Hechanova finished the game with 4 points, but missed significant time on the floor after receiving stitches early in the game.
Fought through some trouble in the beginning with fouls and a few injuries that needed to be addressed, and that kind of threw us off our game, but we stuck with it, and we had every chance to make a run and get the victory, and we just fell short, and they hit some big shots down the stretch that I think made the difference.
Some of the younger guys on the team gained some quality playing time on the court. Chris Connors scored 9 points in 19 minutes. Ben Borja had 5 points in 9 minutes. Missing several key players on the roster, Guam turned the ball over 17 times. Missed free throws down the stretch proved to be costly. As a team, our guys finished 11 of 23 from the free throw line.
Obviously didn't have our full squad available for these 2 games. We wish we did, but I'm really proud of the guys that stepped in and suited up and played their hearts out, and they played really well, and I think they're just going to be stronger from the experience. So, the future is very exciting for us. We just hope that we get more opportunities to play high-level games. We feel like we're a program on the rise, and I really respect the guys and everyone that's been a part of this program for everything they put in. And so hopefully that will show when we get to competition again soon.
Coach Calvo says the Guam Basketball Confederation will continue to invest in their national team programs. Guam will definitely be back and ready to build on the success over the past few years. The program looks promising, with players on the roster committed to making another run in the near future.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
For the different beats of your life, we're here to keep you connected the way you want it. Plans made for you, by you. Build your own bundle with Link. Select the internet, entertainment, mobile, and home phone plans that fit your lifestyle. Pay for what you want, not for what you don't. Build your own bundle and save with Link.
buttery, flaky croissants filled with a warm chocolate center. Some people are even saying they're addicting. As if that's a bad thing. My new chocolate croissant bites, only at Jack in the Box.
Guam was once home to over 12 native species of forest birds, each with their own unique sound, color, and role to play in our ecosystem. However, the arrival of the brown tree snake has threatened their existence. Today, only 3 of these species still exist in the wild. But what was once lost can be restored. Join the Department of Agriculture's efforts to restore our ecosystem.
KUAM News, in partnership with the Guam Visitors Bureau, brings you the Guam Safe and WTTC Safe Travel Certified Program Showcase. Look out for this powerful symbol for visitors, island residents, and industry workers alike, as it represents establishments with a consistent global commitment to safety practices. Stamped with approval by the Guam Visitors Bureau and the World Travel Tourism Council. Every Monday on KUAM News will feature a different local business who's taken the Safe Guam and Safe Travels pledge to maintain health and safety standards to get Guam back on track. Log on to visitguam.com to see how your business can receive the designation, what businesses in our community are Guam Safe certified, and have the WTTC Safe Travel certified.
Welcome back. We continue with a series that airs every Monday highlighting some of the island's businesses who are Guam Safe certified by the Guam Visitors Bureau and have the World Travel and Tourism Council Safe Travel stamp. Tonight we feature Longhorn Steakhouse in Tammany.
Guam Safe and WTTC Safe Travel Certified Program Showcase is brought to you in partnership with the Guam Visitors Bureau.
Half a day, my name is Donna De Jos, General Manager of Longhorn Steakhouse. We have waited over a year to open our door to the public. Fortunately, we had a tremendous support from our local community. We are eagerly waiting to share our steakhouse experience with our tourists and travelers. And it is important to keep our promise to a clean and safe environment for our guests. We are ready and will continue to work hard to maintain a clean restaurant to all our guests. It is important to show the support of this program to ensure our island community is prepared to welcome our tourists back. Since we have opened, we have prepared our restaurant to be clean and sanitized around the clock. We ensure the safety of our staff by wearing masks to protect the quality of our food and our guests. Maintaining sanitary practices and ensuring we are doing our part to stay vaccinated are the steps we take to ensure the safety throughout.
Guam Safe and WTTC Safe Travel Certified Program Showcase is brought to you in partnership with the Guam Visitors Bureau.
For a complete list of Guam Safe certified and WTTC Safe Travel certified businesses, or if you would like to know more on how to receive such certification, log on to visitguam.com now. And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of the birthday shout-outs from the Coldstone Creamery Birthday Club.
Happy birthday on this August 30th to Joseph J. Jones. And your shout out says, happy birthday to my wonderful husband from Nova and our 2 boys, Max and Benji. Happy birthday. We got a lot of belated birthdays to get to, so let's get right to it. Bing Kitsu, happy birthday, Bing, for your birthday on the 29th. Your family says we love you. Lanny Mendiola, also born on August the 29th. Happy birthday, Mommy, coming from Jean, Gavin, Gage, Sienna, and Zaya. They say we love you always with 3, count them, 1, 2, 3 exclamation points. Kenneth Sablon, happy birthday to you, born on the 28th of August. Happy birthday to our brother. Please know that your family loves you endlessly. Coming from Robert, Marion, Eva, Doris, Annette, Julita, Lang, Julia, Ed, Vicky and brother Frankie, and sending blessings your way. Jemiah Salas Torres, happy 2nd birthday, Maya. We love and miss you, say Mama, Papa, and the rest of the Duenas family. And last but certainly not least, Christiana Rose Cabrera, who's born on the 27th. Happy birthday number 20 to Mommy. Thank God for giving us the best Mommy. Say Kiani Joy, Kaimia Jade, and our little sissy in your tummy. Happy birthday, everybody.
That's going to do it for us here on Primetime. We close out with a special montage from the American Cancer Society's Relay for Life Luminaria exhibit held over the weekend at the FD Phoenix Center. Guahusi Isaiah Uggan. Thanks for watching. Good night and be safe.